Many Americans are unaware that behind the scenes, the technical backbone of the financial system is decades out of date, many, many years out of date. You know that. Paul and others are straightening it out, but payments and money transfers are costly and take days or even weeks to clear. Under this bill, the entire ancient system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade using the state-of-the-art crypto technology. Who would have thought we would have been saying that 2 years after?
Hi, today's show is February news and current events and questions and answers on February 1st, 2026.
Okay, so the actor with the name Donnie Drumf, that's Donnie Drumf, and that's his German nobility name. So he's an actor, and he announced that our financial token system is antiquated, and it's going to be replaced by a technological, electronic, digital, AI-driven, state-of-the-art cryptocurrency framework to replace the paper dollars and the reserve currency of the world. What? He said what?
What they plan is to implement the system as the dollar is intentionally destroyed and replace it with a draconian slave pet system. Many signed EOs condemn central bank digital currencies, yet the regime gang continues to push the masses towards glorifying and demanding a centralized digital UBI money system.
It's digital, programmable, and controls to eliminate privacy and provide, quote, peace and safety, all linked to digital identifiers, or what becomes a glorified virtual identical twin of yourself, but controlled by the state.
A government-issued stablecoin is obviously for farm animals, and they're stable, and may not explicitly wear CBDC in name, but in mechanics and control it. Would mass population and societal manipulation confidence games on diminished brains and minds? The larger deception is behind all the charades and disclosures to unveil a one world order ruled by and glorified to Lucifer and human immortality, or transhumanism into cyborg pets for Satan.
Now look, this sounds kind of esoteric, but we all play these games in real time on the ground. So whenever a confidence game crime is taking place, there's usually a backup fall guy to take the hit for the larger crime and the larger gang. And this can even be planned long in advance. So, surprise. And when our brains work properly, these things can't happen to us because we're thinking. So there's another story in the links below about the UN is claiming they're going to run out of money by July, and that's not good news. And there's another executive order that was signed in December, just a month or so ago, about how ticks become bioweapons.
What? On December 18 last year, DT Drumf signed into law an order to review and report on biological weapons experiments on and in relation to ticks and tick-borne diseases. The investigation is long overdue, but even so, the facts it uncovers will come as a shock to many.
So this tick weapon thing is just one of zillions of weapons that have been developed throughout civilizations. And now we have weapons that hit us when we're not even looking, enter our brains, change our minds, twist our emotions. They even assemble inside our bodies. There's actually a disaster declaration in Texas for a flesh-eating screwworm that happens to be making its way north out of Mexico. That's no fun.
And quote, although the New World screwworm fly is not yet present in Texas or the U.S., its northward spread from Mexico toward the U.S. southern border poses a serious threat to Texas livestock industry and wildlife.
Now, where is home? That's where you're safe and secure. And home is where the heart is. And the heart is the home of the soul. So that soul of mine is the same soul of yours. And there was even a famous person named Solomon. So let's see what Solomon means. It equals my solo and my soul journey.
Christ was a notion of the soul genius in every human for thousands of years before the spiritual mystic Jesus was born. Christos meaning is anointed by creation, a term used by any pulsing heart in ancient Greek. Jesus said many times to seek the kingdom of God within. Verse is a combining of ver plus s.
The ver means to bend or turn reality. And the S is a word in Latin times that means the energetic thought before the physical manifestation. So in the word verse, we're seeing the bending of reality through thoughts and then converting them to their physical equivalent. It's literally the creative power of speech declared in the word verse.
The digits 1 through 9 describes the purpose of man. Let's look at purpose. The word describes man's purpose, and suffer, the word, describes how to release all suffrage. Digit reduces to DGT, or divine, give and take. All evolutions include the matching reduction. Everything matters. Blindfolds create blindness. The digit 4, the number 4, equals for, beforehand, to be for something. The number 4, fear, free, and fire.
So this word F-O-R-E is used in context in the word foreknowledge. And it's also deep or ancient or original meaning is to be ahead of. So when we say we're being for, the way that we get ahead of things is by recognizing where we came from and how we've developed to this moment. So F-O-R-E is actually a very meaningful word, and it has a strong relation to the motive or the urge inside you for whatever you desire, which is F-O-R. And the reason you have this capacity is because of the force of the fourth. Because when you came from was your mother, your father, then you. And at some point you ask why. And that is the four, the force. That's the same as the word fire, free, and fear when you turn away from it.
God is not mysterious. It is simple to rationalize. And a chat contributor said, "May you please show me how you rationalize mystery?"
Sure. Whatever we give is what we have to take. In other words, whatever we put out is what returns to us. We are mistaught this so that we may be challenged by lies and inversions. Its other name is duality.
So basically, you reap what you sow.
See, our energetics are fractured from exposure to this fractured world. We have solved every digit and their pairings and every mystery about numbers. The mystery is easily rationalized by observation. We are a creation and a creative story as the species named mankind. To learn these things, acquire the knowledge, and then apply it.
And they responded, "So how does one acquire the knowledge to explain something that cannot be explained with knowledge that doesn't exist or exists but beyond our capacity?"
Well, knowledge is a calculation that happens in the logical part of your brain, but that's only half of your story. The other half is energy. energetics, and that's where you name things like emotions and thoughts and intuition and memories, recall, imagination, telepathy, empathy. This is all the story of the other half of you that is not logical, yet it makes perfect sense. If you want to get the knowledge, seek living human beings, living guides, because each of us humans is an example of perfection, even when we're covered with illusions. The physical realm is in parity with the ethereal realm, and you can claim that to win.
This next section is called, What is Parity? Well, we have sword and words. Nothing is hidden, only ignored. Ethereal equals thoughts and emotions. Parity is an evolution within a continuum. All things natural arrive to parity. It's natural design. Here is one way to describe it. We have 1, 2, 3, and that tells an essential story. 1 is I and A, and the common symbol of common, and they are all the same energetic pattern. The digit 2 and I and the letter B are the charged energy of light and separations, or charged. 3, I and C are the neutral multiplier energy of the pure newborn child and God.
So you see, when you're born, you recognize without judgment parity and the force of God as the neutral multiplier, and you're literally holding hands with it. So as the child, you are the child of God, and you contain the force, the fourth, or the spark of God. Woman and man are equals, and the child rules all fates. It's a game of angels and angles. The parity exists in all things. The only enemies are internal, in your thoughts, in your brain.
There are known knowns, known unknowns, and unknown unknowns. Parity rules all three. Skin equals S plus kin. Skin is the interface between light and dark. Pure pose equals purpose. And another question, what is fire? Fire is the only causal element. The rest are the effects. The rest can be measured. Fire is uncatchable or findable, but it is known. Science proves God is real every 10 minutes. Speech proves it in every utterance. Seek the living. God is inside the living. Books are cubes. Each human is an occupier of a spark of God.
In the 1 through 9 digit scale of divine give and take, we see 5 as the central figure, with 4 mates coming in and 4 mates exiting. This makes the rationale of 1 in the middle and 4 on each side, or the 144, which each of us on earth is. The potential is born to you and your birthright to claim. The rabbits love the path, but the tortoise loves the goal. It's so easy. The I and the I makes I.
Ma means land of. Ma plus tricks is a word code. God is not a judge or watching. Density makes destiny. And the question, what is idleness?
Well, we discovered why humans are embracing idleness.
And a chat partner said, I think it's because we aren't eternity focused. We are fleeting. And if our eyes aren't on something that isn't fleeting, we will automatically go to what is fleeting. What did you come up with?
Well, thank you for sharing your perspective. The etymology on idle in Old English was spelled I-D-E-L, same letters, slightly different arrangement, meaning empty, void, vain, worthless, useless. Later, the peculiarities of English changed it to not employed or not doing work. So those are the old definitions in history of idol. But we believe we have the correct notion of idol and idleness to describe today's times and the emotional weight we put toward the meaning of idol.
Becoming idle is an outcome of ignoring your born fire or motive and turning your back on your obligation as a container or occupier of the Christ essence, powering your heart pulses, your responsibility as a child of God. Death is an obsession from giving emotional value to false suggestions. We believe mortality is a proving ground for souls personified by God.